Hello! Today we will go through some drills you can practice on your own. The main focus of them is diving. Okay, are you ready? Let's go! First, I will put my gloves on. You cannot go to war without your main weapon. Okay, now I'm set, so I start with a good warm-up. I like to be a bit more dynamic in my movements during my warm-up, as you can see in the footage. I will go more into detail on my preferred warm-up moves another time. After this, I am focusing on some more specific movements and stretches to be properly prepared for the session to come. When I feel I am ready to go, I commence with the first exercise. I'm going to start with some low dives. I take a kneeling starting position to be more focused on the diving towards the ball. I position the football slightly in front of the line of my body in order to attack it when I am diving. I'm watching the football from the beginning until I have it in my hands. My right hand is going to arrive behind the football in order to block its path, while my left hand is going to come on top in order to stop any further movements. At the moment of impact, my whole core is engaged. My neck is also holding my head in between my arms. My left leg raises in order to keep the body balanced. It also helps with the recovery movement. Observe what happens on my left side. My left hand, which should be behind the football, is now coming from above. This will create the risk of the football running under my hands. Focus on the movement of the hand, which should protect the football from behind. Let's follow it at natural speed. Now I am also going to talk about the recovery move. After you make the save, you need to get back into your initial position. But how can you do that? I will give you two options. The first one, using your right hand, push yourself from the ground towards your kneeling position. For the second move, the one I also encourage you to use more often, you will use your core strength and the opposite leg. Pushing your leg and engaging your abdominal area, try getting up without using your hands. For the progression, I will work on low dives from a standing starting position. I will again place the footballs in front of my body line. I aim to make 2 steps towards the ball, so position it accordingly. After the first step, I am going to lower into my position in order to be able to make the low dive towards the ball. The balance is moving towards the side I am diving on. I keep in mind what I focused on earlier. Eyes on the football, one hand behind the ball, the other over, core engaged, neck engaged, leg up for balance. As I told you earlier, you have 2 options to recover, using or not your hand as support. Let's watch the move at normal speed. Next, I will introduce medium dives in the mix. I am aiming to bounce the football in front of the line of my body, so I am forced to attack it. For this exercise, you can work with only one football. For the footballs off the floor, you follow similar steps as for low dives. Eyes on the football, same side hand behind, opposite side hand on top, core engaged, neck engaged, leg up for balance. But what you need to consider extra for dives off the floor. Push from the same side leg in order to reach the flight of the football. If you manage to keep hold of the ball, don't bounce it at landing. Try to protect it, else the impact might make you drop it. Observe how in the example given, I turn my body slightly so I land on my shoulder and protect the football from meeting the ground. For recovery, there is the same 2 scenarios. Let's watch the move live for now. The progression for medium dives is similar to the recent one. From a standing starting position, I bounce the football diagonally forward from my initial place, I take 2 steps and make the dive. The points described earlier apply throughout this drill. Using this example, I am going to remind you to focus on your same side hand to protect the football from going past you. Observe how both my hands are coming from the top of the ball, which also forces my chest to face towards the ground. If the football was shot towards me, most likely I would have conceded right here. And now, I'm going to introduce you my last exercise for today. For this section, I will use 2 footballs and I will be starting from a kneeling position. This drill is a complex version of the first one, so all the points presented then apply here as well. I will dive for the first football, then turn and dive for the second one. What is new about this one is the turn and second dive. In order for this move to work, you need to push yourself from the ground towards the second football or use your core and opposite leg to change your balance onto the other side. If by the end of the session you get confident working on this exercise, you can continue with the progression. For this one, I position the footballs about 7 steps apart. In order to reach the first ball, I need to use my same side foot to push myself towards it. After I control the first one, I turn and use my same side foot to push myself towards the second ball. I would suggest working on this progression only after you feel confident enough with the rest of the drills until now. And this is the end of the session. But as you are still here, I have some pieces of footage to show you. It doesn't always work first time. Not even second time. Dives don't always go that smooth. I really have nothing else to do. And this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, make sure you press that like button, subscribe for similar content and comment with your favorite exercise from the video. Thank you for watching and keep it safe.